You know, for years, there's been this one simple story we've all been told. If you want a better life, just get a dog. It's one of those bits of advice that's so common, so widely accepted, that we almost never stop to actually question it.
But is it really that straightforward? Are dogs some kind of simple prescription for more happiness and better health? I mean, deep down, we all really want the answer to be a big, resounding yes.
But when you actually start digging into the science, the picture gets, well, a whole lot messier. What researchers have found is that, yeah, the benefits are definitely real in some cases, but they are far, far from a sure thing. And it's this contradiction that we're going to unpack today.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by exploring this dog ownership paradox. Then, we'll look at the pretty clear benefits for our physical health, and right after that, the much murkier picture when it comes to our minds. From there, we'll see how scientists are shifting their focus to interaction instead of just ownership. And finally, we'll introduce a really powerful new way to think about it all, the dog as a toolkit for your well-being.
So let's kick things off where the science is the most confident, the effect that having a dog has on our physical bodies.
And right off the bat, the numbers here are kind of wild. A massive study, a meta-analysis that looked at data from over 3 million people, found that owning a dog is linked to a 31% reduction in the risk of death from cardiovascular disease. Let that sink in. 31%. That's a huge deal.
So where does this incredible benefit even come from? Well, for the most part, it all boils down to one simple, consistent thing: walking. Yep, that daily routine of just getting out the door with your dog is an incredibly powerful engine for your physical health. Okay, but now let's talk about the mind, because this is where that clear, sunny picture suddenly gets really cloudy. When we switch from our bodies to our brains, the science on dog ownership and mental health becomes, well, surprisingly contradictory.
And this chart right here, it just lays it all out. A major review went through 54 different studies. And look at this, only 17 of them found clear positive effects. But a whopping 32, the biggest group, found mixed results or no effect at all. And then you've got these 5 studies that actually found negative effects. So yeah, there is no simple, consistent benefit here.
So what's going on? Why is the research all over the place? Well, a big part of it is this classic research challenge called selection bias. Just think about it for a second. Do dogs actually make people healthier and happier? Or are people who are already healthier, happier, and more active just more likely to decide, hey, I can handle getting a dog? It's a real chicken and egg problem, and it makes proving cause and effect incredibly difficult.
Now, all this confusion has actually led researchers to a really important shift in thinking. They're moving beyond just asking if you own a dog. Now, they're focusing on what you actually do with your dog. It's all about the interaction, not just having the title of owner.
And this brings us to a whole new way of looking at this, a really powerful analogy to help us get it. A dog isn't some magic pill you just take to feel better. It's much more like a toolkit. You see, just owning a toolkit doesn't do anything by itself. The real benefits come from how you actually use the tools inside.
So, what's actually in this toolkit? Well, first you've got the walking tool, and we know that's a big boost for physical health. Then there's the social tool. I mean, your dog can be an amazing icebreaker for chatting with people in your neighborhood. You've also got the affection tool. Studies have shown that the simple act of petting your dog can improve self-esteem. But, and this is a big one, it's not all positive. There's also a stress tool in there. If your dog has some serious behavioral problems, trying to deal with that can be a huge source of negative stress.
All right, so let's dig into this toolkit idea a little deeper and explore how using it actually creates real, measurable changes inside our bodies and our brains.
And this is where it gets really cool, because we can actually see the biology at work. When you're doing something positive with your dog, like petting them or playing, it literally lights up key systems in your brain. That activation kicks off this whole chain reaction. Your hormones start to shift. Oxytocin, that bonding hormone, it goes up. Meanwhile, cortisol, the stress hormone, goes down. And the end result? A real, measurable drop in your stress levels.
We can even see this happening in real time, right in the brain. EEG studies that measure your brain waves have found that different positive activities create distinct brain states. Playing with your dog, that enhances your attention. Walking or grooming them, that enhances relaxation. And here's the kicker. Across the board, people reported feeling less stressed after every single one of these interactions.
So what's the big takeaway from all of this? It's that the benefits don't come from the passive act of just having a dog. They come from the active process of doing things with them. It's not about the dog, it's about the doing.
And this isn't just some new idea. It's exactly where the cutting edge of this research is headed.
As this quote shows, scientists aren't satisfied with those simple comparisons between owners and non-owners anymore. The future of this research is all about understanding the specific activities, the quality of the relationship, and what's happening psychologically.
So maybe, just maybe, we've been asking the wrong question this whole time. It's not a simple yes or no about if dogs are good for us. The real question is much more interesting, and it's much more personal. How can we actively use the tools our dogs give us to build a relationship that makes life better for both of us?